becomes very appropriate for us to talk. Cannot be changed for anybody. But the Salaf al-Salih, rahimahullah, used to take a lot of onus on contemplating on these kind of ayats. One of the Aimah of the Salaf, rahimahullah, Ibn Abi Awfa, said that Allah loves the slave loves to worship Allah. The true slave loves to worship Allah. And Allah loves for that slave to worship Him. So there is a connection, there's a relationship. And he continued, he said, يُرَاءُونَ الشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. They use the sun and the moon to instill iman, to instill the dhikr, to instill tawheed. And that affects the level of ibadah. It's not just something that passes by without having any kind of importance in their lives. And it's also been made a sign of iman and a sign of nifaq, where how you use your time properly. So the Salaf al-Salih again were very eager on using their time properly and not letting it go. But the munafiqun in several places in the Quran have been described as being lazy, ignorant, purposefully rejecting or not wanting to act upon the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And one incident actually occurred in the battle of Usra. It was a battle which was very difficult because the Muslims were going to face a very big army. And it was in summer, and the distance was very far. So all of these things are adding on top of each other. A, they don't have the money, they don't have the expenses to fund this expedition. B, the army is extremely large, a superpower. C, it's summer, and it's a large distance to go. So Uthman radiallahu anh stepped up and he spent money to fund that expedition. He bought camels, he bought everything that the Prophet ﷺ needed. And that's why he is Uthman Fand al-Nurayn. But the munafiqun, Allah says in Surah Tawbah, that they were happy to remain behind. مَقْعَدِهِمْ خِلَافَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ. They were happy to remain behind and conflict and oppose what the Prophet ﷺ was saying. And Allah continues in Surah Tawbah, He says, وَكَرِهُ أَنْ يُجَاهِدُ. They didn't want to go, but they knew if they stayed behind in Medina, they'd be exposed. So they were forced to go out in this expedition. أَنْ يُجَاهِدُ بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. They had no intention to sacrifice their wealth, their own time, themselves. And then they said to each other, لَا تَنْفِرُوا فِي الْحَرِّ. It's summer. Why are you going out in the heat? Are you crazy? And he said, what you'll find Muslims using the summer as a time for fitna. They socialize, music, women, whatever you have, Allahu A'lam. But the summer obviously becomes this time where fitna. But now Allah continues and He says, قُلْ نَارُ جَهَنَّمْ أَشَدُّ حَرًّا. You are using the summer as an excuse, but the hellfire is much more intense. لَوْ كَانُوا يَفْقَهُونَ. If only they understood. And one of the biggest signs of nifaq, and we should thank Allah that we are sitting here and benefiting from the books and the kalam of the ulama, is that they are happy to remain ignorant. They are happy not to learn the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and this feeds their desires and this feeds the spreading of the fitna. But it doesn't stop there either. Somebody may say it's only 1 hour and it's not really going to be any significance. I think it's at 2 o'clock at night. The clock changes, so I'm going to be sleeping anyway. It's not really a big difference. But if we look at what the Quran says, there are so many times where the Quran says Sa'ah. It's repeated in the Quran many times, Sa'ah. Obviously the Mufassirun have differed as to what Sa'ah actually means. Does it mean a period of time? Does it mean literally 1 hour? But there are some instances where it does literally mean 1 hour. And why it's so important, why I want to mention this here right now, is because after the people of Jannah have entered their Jannah, it will be asked to them, how long, come عدد السنين, how long did you stay, how many years did you stay on earth? They say, لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم, فاسأل العادين, we don't know, maybe 24 hours, maybe less. Ask the people who know, those who are recording it. The point here that Mufassirun have taken is that Yom Ba'd Yom, it was insignificant for them. The time itself is irrespective. What is important to them is to achieve that success. So whether you're alive for 12 hours, or for 12 years, or for 24 years, or 1,000 years, that's irrespective to the believer once he enters Jannah. Because now you're asking about something which was not the objective for him to be alive. Allah hasn't created you so you can count the seconds and the minutes. Allah has created you so that you worship Him. So they've said that once we've entered the Jannah, we've passed. Whether it was a day or part of a day, that's irrespective. We've passed through the actions that we did. What happens to the people of now? The same question is asked to them. And they swear by Allah, مَا لَبِثُوا غَيْرَ السَّاعَةِ. We didn't stay on earth for longer than 1 hour. We didn't stay on earth longer than 1 hour. Some Mufassirun have said the reason why they say this is because on the Day of Judgment they want to come to Allah and they say, look, oh Allah, we only stayed there for 60 minutes. Not more, not 61, not 59. We stayed there for 60 minutes, so punish us according to 60 minutes that we stayed there. This is the argument that they will come with on the Day of Judgment. Because they know that it's eternal hellfire for them. But this is the kind of hujjah and the argumentation and the plea that they will have. And there are many other ayat which mention Sa'ah and Yawm al-Akhir and heaven and hell. So the point here behind all of this is that summer is coming. 1 hour, yes, is going to be taken from us. Yes, arguably the days are going to be longer. But the way to salvation, and the Salaf al-Salih understood this very, very well, is that the timing of the change, or the changing of time, is something which is significant for us all, and we all need to prepare and work our routines around it. And also here we have Bab Salat al-Kusuf, which refers to the eclipse. And also this has an impact on your iman, where the eclipse, or the sun itself,